until February 6th to enter. On February 7th, we will randomly choose a winner and announce it on Twitter and contact the winner directly. As always, thank you to the Patreon backers for supporting this channel, and thank you to everybody who's watching today's video, and finally, thank you to our sponsor, Levoit, with the cordless vacuum cleaner. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's episode. Let me know which animal in today's video was your favorite by commenting it below, and we'll see you next time. Sorry, I was looking down at you the entire time.
Yeah, you were. I was about to say, hey, Clint.
I didn't realize you were looking up at me. So let me redo that again. I thought you were looking at him the whole time.
No. Oops.
Really?
Continue, oops. But we have this perfect debate.
Oh, hey, it's not a big deal because an elaborate formation. Oh my gosh. Let's try that again. What? It's actually cleaning?
You don't listen to the book. You don't listen to the book?
So when you're breeding snakes and have over 100 babies in the season, there's a lot of cleaning that you have to do. We separated all of our babies because we usually spend like an entire day cleaning all of our adults. But then when you add babies on top of it, it takes a long time. So we had all of our babies separated, and we're like, this would be a good opportunity to show you how all of our babies are doing.
If you're not listening to the book, this game does not exist.
We have 4 clutches that have been introduced to the channel already. Brad and Peanut's baby bull snakes, red bull snakes, the rat corns, and the first clutch of hognose snakes. And there are still 4 more clutches that have already hatched, but we haven't shown them to you on the channel yet, so you don't get to see them yet. I'm sorry, they're still a secret. By the way, this is not because I got bit by something. It's from poison ivy. I'm on week 2 of 3, so that's why that's covered up, just because I know people are going to ask. But let's start with the bull snakes from Brad and Peanut. So we actually don't have all 25 anymore, because quite a few of them have already been shipped to their new homes. They are all eating, and they all look fantastic. I don't know, actually. How many guys do I see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 left. Either 11 or 12. I can't tell. Oh, and 2 more upstairs.
Yeah.
So 14-ish. So they have varying amounts of red, and it seems like they are getting redder as they age, and the more times they shed, they seem to get some more color with them. They've actually calmed down a little bit since we put them in here, but trust me, they are just as feisty as they were when they were out of the eggs. Maybe peeing out. Maybe they're finally starting to calm down.
Yeah, I haven't heard a hiss yet.
Yeah, there we go. Yep, had to do it. I saw him staring at me. Anyway, they're doing really, really well. I'm just gonna take this guy out because he was hissing. Usually when we find one that's particularly salty when we're looking at them, we take them out and try to socialize them a little bit so they're not as bad when they are sent to human homes. But these guys are, in case anyone's interested in them, I am sorry, our waiting list is actually for all of these snakes are completely full. Just as a heads up, they are all going to be claimed pretty soon here. Look at you. You're rattling your tail? That's a scary camera. You better hiss at it. Whoa. You're so fierce. Look at him hold that strike pose. But yeah, these guys are all doing really well. It's kind of neat. There's some that coming down. It's just like the egg hatching video.
Yeah.
So some of them, like this one, have a lot more yellow, like they have a brighter background around those spots, the blotches. And some of them are a little bit darker. Some seem to have more of a busy pattern, so they're all a little bit different. But it seems like only one of them is feisty today. That's actually not bad. All right, next to hatch and be introduced on the channel would be the first group of the hognose babies. These cute little guys are doing really well. Not all of them have eaten yet. These are the eaters, and we split up the clutch between the eaters and the non-eaters, just so that we know who is who. But of course, they are not kept in.
Is not listening to the book.
We separate them based on who's eaten and who hasn't. And I want to show them to you. So, oh, we've got a cobra. Look out, guys. We've got a cobra. Oh, man. Yeah, look at that. Whoa, what a scary cobra. So these are all the ones that have eaten actually several times already. We're just waiting for them to eat one more meal before they get shipped to their new homes. This is Walt from Catching Videos. Remember him? Hey, buddy. He's doing well. Got some nice condors here. Here, I'll show you the difference in case.
Why was it?
There's a wolf outside called the
Why was it outside?
I don't know. I was laying there.
And the one on the left is an example of the condomorph because see that reduced pattern? There's very few spots compared to the one on the right. The hognose on the right is considered a normal mutation. So this is what they look like in the wild.
Yeah, I'm always ready.
Pandas also have usually an all black belly.
No.
This one does not have an all black belly. You will. That's your belly. Ah, there we go. This is a better example of the panda. They have a nice all black belly, and they have these white walls along each side of the belly. That's another trait of the condomorph. That's totally a boy.
Oh yeah.
Look at that long tail. Oh man. And then in the non-eater bin, we have, of course, my favorite one. Hasn't wanted to eat yet. This is the cheetah-looking hognose. Look at those spots. I swear, it looks like a cheetah down its back. I love the fading spots on the sides. Almost like a twin spot look, even though it's not a twin spot. This one is a girl. See this short, stubby tail? So this one I think we're going to hold back, at least for the time being. I just hope she starts
Clan
eating
meeting.
for us. We have some tricks up our sleeves to get them eating. And there's some other really nice condos in here too. The prettiest normal in here, I think, is this guy. He's got a crazy busy pattern, just a bunch of little spots all the way down his body. So what I'm trying with these guys is I'm trying to get them to eat unscented pinkies first off, because if they could eat that right off the bat, that would be fantastic. And then, oh look at him, he's peeking over the edge. This thing is so cute. And if the unscented pinkies don't work, then I actually have toads that I will rub a pinky on to kind of toad scent them and trick these guys into eating pinkies. That usually does the trick, but if that doesn't even work, then usually the remaining pinky eaters will eat live pinkies. So there's a couple different phases on getting baby hognoses to eat. We have not contacted the waiting list on these guys quite yet. We're about to, but we want to make sure that they have eaten at least 3 unscented meals before they get shipped to their new homes. So if you're on the waiting list and I haven't reached out to you, don't worry, you haven't missed out. I'm just waiting until these guys are ready to go. Alright, next on the channel to hatch was our first clutch of rat corns. These guys, we found out their father was the scaleless rat snake, and of course we knew the mother was a pet scaleless rat corn. And let's see, we have the eaters in this bin. We put black cases with all the non-eaters to remember. There's a bunch in here. A bunch of rat corns. There they are! These are all the ones that have eaten, and actually they've eaten enough so that they are available to our waiting list. So if you're on the waiting list, I will be reaching out to you shortly, and once I reach your name, you can expect an email from me, because they will be sent up to their new homes pretty soon. We have varying qualities of scaleless rats, like, check out this one. He does have maybe like 3 or 4 rows of scales down his back. Other than that, he's a gorgeous scaleless rat corn. Such a derpy little face. Whereas this one only has like 2 rows. It looks like a few less scales. Looks like 3 rows down his back. So that would be considered a slightly higher quality scaleless rat corn. When you're breeding for scaleless, you really want the fewest amount of scales possible down the back. Oh man, they're getting very energetic. Go in your cave. Go in your cave.
Really, dude?
Go in the cave. Now. Now. Oh, sleepy. Okay. We got him in the cave. We had to stop the camera.
Back in there.
But they're all in here, contained, and not wanting to come back out, which is good. This one, which is what I was trying to say earlier before they all tried to take off, this one is the best scaleless rat corn in this group. At least the eaters, I think, because he only has 1 single row of scales down his back. And he's a lovely one, too. Really, really pretty colors. So anyway, those are the eaters. And the non-eaters include the cleft lip baby, which everybody seems to love. Let's see if we can find him. He's doing really well. Of course, the cleft lip will be something he has for life. And you guys are right, by the way. It's totally a steak design that he has on his head. Totally a steak. A T-bone, yeah. He also has the slightly curved nose, but it doesn't seem to be hindering him in any way.
Although he doesn't want to eat.
Yeah, he doesn't want to eat, but neither do these guys either. I'm sure he'll eat with time. Here's the smiley face, baby. You're just as social as you were out of the egg. You're right up front, aren't you? Checking everyone out. Now, the clutchless baby, we are going to be adopting out. We did get a ton of emails from interested people who'd be willing to adopt them, and thank you guys so much for offering them home. We kept like 5 or 6 of those emails to reach out to once he is ready, but we're not going to reach out quite yet to our top picks because we want to make sure that he's going to be okay, that he's going to eat first. So we're going to wait until we're positive he's going to be okay, and then we'll start reaching out to people who are interested in adopting him.
You know, before you sell your kid, you want to make sure they eat and poop.
You want to make sure they're going to live before
Yeah.
you tell your kid. Yeah, always a smart thing to do. The other ones in this clutch that haven't eaten yet are these guys, including a very, very nice quality scaleless rat corn. So I'm hoping that he starts eating soon, like extra wrinkly. Now with snakes, usually wrinkles is a sign of dehydration, but for scaleless snakes, part of the way they look, so it's completely normal. These guys, I'm sure will start eating with time, and then they will also be shipped to their new homes. Now, if anyone's interested in what these babies will look like after a year, this is the scaleless baby we held back from last year. I unfortunately cannot share with you his name because it is not kid-friendly. I'm sure you can guess what it is, though. But this guy is looking great. We kept him because he was hatched white, and we could see his heartbeat through his body. We see how that would develop. Well, as you can see, he turned orange. Ed actually wasn't sure who he was, were you?
Not really.
Because he's totally changed
I
color.
mean, no, I help all the time with feeding your snakes and stuff like that, so I know all of them by heart.
Got you. I do all the work. So, yeah, this guy is doing really well. He's a fantastic eater, although we're not going to, like, he could be bigger if we power fed him, but we, of course, are not huge fans of power feeding.
You ever
We just
seen
kind
me?
of let them naturally grow. He was, I mean, a really nice scaleless, too. He has a few scales down his back, but not a whole lot, and he's like velvet. Like, just like velvet. And when they shed, it looks like when you put Elmer's glue on your hand and then it dries and you peel it up, their shed looks just like that. Unless they have a scale there, then you can see like a little sesame seed scale in that part of the shed. Not that I always put glue on my hands to peel it off because it's satisfying. I don't do that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put this one away, and we're gonna take a look at the last clutch that hatched. Last clutch that you've seen on the channel, and I want to update you on, would be the red bowls. These guys are not a drink, they are a snake. They are huge babies. Like, their eggs were big, and these babies are big. They're the youngest bull snakes we have, but they're bigger than all of the others, and they have eaten their first meal. Look at how red they are, especially. There's one in here that's particularly red. There it is. This one right here. Super red. Look at that. This one is a female, so since we don't have the mom anymore, since we she had some issues laying her eggs, so we gave her to a friend to keep as a pet only. We needed to replace her, so I think we're gonna hold this one back. We will replace her when she's ready to breed. Hi, cutie. Aren't you comfy and cozy on that towel? She's like, I blend in. It's red. You're camouflaging. Hopefully the camera might not do it justice.
Yeah, the camera doesn't.
Really?
No, you can't even see like the salmon on the side of her head.
Oh, that's a bummer. This one's super red, guys.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
As she gets older, we'll be able to show off more and more red.
Yeah, that's true.
We're trying to figure out what's under there.
There's more snakes under there. You doing the head wiggle? So there's not really much else to explain with these guys since you just saw a match, but yeah, the three babies are doing really well. And I think we are actually going to now try to a baby from each. So this is a buff flat baby, aka the one with the cleft lip and the slightly wonky head, but so cute anyway. Come here. He has not eaten yet, so it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't eat. Yeah, look, doesn't this look tasty? Oh, it's very... Oh, no, doesn't want to eat it from the tongue. So, the plan is we're going to set Pinky on the edge of a round container that is not see-through, and then we're going to just set him in it, cover it up, and we're going to feed it. Now, while we're waiting, let's feed a bull snake. Let's do a bull snake. Let's try to feed this one, since he came out of the bin on his own. Hey, sweetie, here. Want to eat a fuzzy? Nice. This is why bull snakes are amazing. You can set them on a table when they've just been in a pile with all of their siblings for cleaning. and they'll eat from the tongs. This is what, third meal probably?
Something like that.
Yeah, and he doesn't care. He'll just eat in front of everything.
Tasty foods.